Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
You filthy little heathens, don't worry. Everybody wants to know, but nobody wants to really know. Hello! Whoa, hey hot dogs, that's right. It's me, Old Heart. That's right, this is another episode of Coffee and Contemplation. I happen to be your host. Sitting down here, sipping on some cold coffee, drinking some cold brew. Just in case you didn't believe me. It is tasty, it is delicious, it is everything you want in cold coffee, I guess. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Just wanted to say right now, happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you, aka may the Force be with you, always. And hope you're doing something to celebrate one of the greatest and most imaginative sci-fi stories and universes ever created. All right? Star Wars means so damn much to me. It is almost stupid. And I mean that from a mostly nostalgic point of like a little kid who fell in love with this crazy like sci-fi story with laser swords and wizards who could move shit with their fucking minds and all that. And it's evolved into this huge global like fucking nerd fest, dude. There are bigger Star Wars nerds out there. I'm gonna say this. There are bigger Star Wars nerds out there than I am. Okay? For sure. And I'm talking about and we're talking about different classifications, because there's different classifications of nerds, so we don't have to get into that now, but we're talking about there's some of these cats go deep into that knowledge. Like they know every little detail that there is that has been offered about the Star Wars universe, which is fucking awesome. Some of them run podcasts, which is awesome. You should check them out. I don't have any off the top of my head. Lucas would probably have some if he was here. But I am so the original movies. Okay, I remember the original movies. I'm very familiar with them. You can quiz me on them. Anything like that. But we're not really testing knowledge. What I'm here to talk about is just, one, my love for Star Wars, because obviously May the 4th. And two, I found this awesome article that references every lightsaber battle in Star Wars. And something that I used to do before the internet was really popping, or maybe I just didn't have access to it. I, back in the day, ranked the Star Wars lightsaber battles, and this originally only included the lightsaber battles in the first 3 movies. Then I expanded it to the 6 movies, and now I have to expand it to the rest. Okay, so to 9 movies. It's 9. The number's 9, you idiots. Hot dogs, come on, keep up. You guys must have been drinking your coffee. All right, well, very in your face. Okay, so anyway, I currently have episode 2, Attack of the Clones, playing on mute in the background. I just got done watching The Phantom Menace, which is what spurred me to want to do the lightsaber idea. So I kind of agree with this. I will tell you where I differentiate along the way, but this website, Goliath.com, has this list. It's all 17. Finn versus the Stormtrooper is listed as number 17. It is a moment in Force Awakens, which is actually pretty badass. You see Finn pick up the lightsaber and you're like, wait, shit. Is he? No, he is not a Jedi. Yet. Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan in New Hope. Obviously, that's always been low on my list as well. Mainly because the only the huge importance of it was the significance of losing Obi-Wan, right? And I also remember like the first time I watched it, that was the longest moment with lightsabers that you see, like, until you watch Empire Strikes Back. And so you're just that is also sort of like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I would definitely still put that I put that above the Finn moment for sure. Qui-Gon Jinn versus Darth Maul in the desert sands of Tatooine. It's a very brief battle, cut with shots of Obi-Wan telling the, captain to go over there. It's all right. Yeah, it's not that great. Obi-Wan versus General Grievous is number 14 on the list. Fuck no, dude. I would put that way higher up. Obi-Wan versus General Grievous is such a badass moment in Revenge of the Sith. Like, it's so fucking cool. And also, it's a dope lightsaber fight. So I would put that a little further up. Number 13 on this list, Obi-Wan, Anakin versus Count Dooku in Revenge of the Sith. That's on the bridge of the starship with Palpatine being held, quote-unquote, held hostage in the background. Shit! Shoutouts to every one of you hot dogs. Thank you for listening. Shoutouts to all you Star Wars lovers out there. Shoutouts to my friends and family. Particularly shoutouts to my dad for introducing me to Star Wars back in the day. I would not have half the nerd love I do if it weren't for that man. So, just throwing that shit out there. Yeah. Okay. So the Obi-Wan Anakin Count Dooku fight on the ship is pretty cool. I would put the General Grievous, Obi-Wan versus General Grievous before that, but this list has it reversed. Anyway, number 12, Obi-Wan Anakin versus Dooku in Attack of the Clones, which happens near the end. That's the moment when Anakin gets his fucking hand cut off, and Obi-Wan gets made to look like a fool. That actually is right before the big moment. The big lightsaber moment of that movie. It's not that great of a battle. It does have some cool moments. I will say it's not. I don't know. I would definitely put this one first. The next one, number 11, Yoda versus Dooku, which actually happens right after Anakin and Obi-Wan get their asses kicked. Yoda comes in, and it's the first time you ever see Yoda really using a lightsaber, and he's just like he's jumping all around and shit. There is an actual name for that form. Lightsaber forms have been established since I think really since like. Well, obviously, since the movies came out. Moving on. Number 10. This website lists the battle Geonosis in Attack of the Clones, and I mean, it does technically contain lightsabers being used in a fight. I wouldn't necessarily put this on a fucking list. It's a battle, man. It's not necessarily a lightsaber battle. Number 9, Rey and Finn versus Kylo Ren in The Force Awakens. That is a really awesome moment. It's very dramatic. It's one of the more dramatic and exciting lightsaber battles in the series. But number 9, Number 8, Luke Skywalker versus Kylo Ren in The Last Jedi. That is not necessarily. Listen, die-hard Luke Skywalker fan. I don't know if that was really that cool of a battle. I would definitely put the Rey and Finn versus Kylo Ren in The Force Awakens above Luke Skywalker versus Kylo Ren. So, I don't know about that one. Number 7 on this list, Yoda versus Darth Sidious in Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, cool moment. Definitely one you always wanted to see. Yoda, the big Jedi powerhouse, versus Darth Sidious, the Sith Lord. But what's shocking is how not outclassed. I just think the environment that they were fighting in was not great for Yoda. He had to jump from like these little senator platforms that from place to place. He's just a tiny motherfucker, dude. He needs solid ground to fight on. That's one of the reasons why I think he did so well against Dooku, was because he was able to like jump around and bounce back and forth from like the wall to the ground and shit like that. Anyway, moving on. Number 6, Mace Windu versus Darth Sidious. Brief choice moment. I love the scream that that Darth Sidious has right in the moment. Like Mace Windu's holding him down right before Anakin dicks it all up and cuts Mace Windu and shoves him out the window, right? But unlimited power. Oh fuck, it's great. Mace Windu versus Darth Sidious. I wouldn't put it that high on the list though. I actually think things like the Yoda versus Darth Sidious are better. But it particularly showcases, one, you've always wanted to see Mace Windu really get into some action, and two, you see how deadly Darth Sidious is with a fucking lightsaber. So that's kind of interesting. Number 5 on this list, Rey and Kylo versus Snoke. Not Snoke, versus Snoke's guards. Dope scene. I would definitely keep it this up pretty high on the list. Darth Vader and Darth Sidious versus Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi. Classic, to be honest. I don't know, like, that's the thing about the old lightsaber battles. You really have to weigh how like how important they were and climactic they were, and yeah, kind of like that kind of has to make up the weight for like the fact that the new stuff is very visually pleasing. We'll say it's a lot more like, you know, martial artsy. The old stuff was very gentle in the choreographed nature of it, I'd say. But I would definitely place it this high on the list because like the Return of the Jedi battles were always like, this battle was always like, I think 2 or 3 on my list. Obi-Wan versus Anakin in Revenge of the Sith was actually number 2. That's always it. That's always been number 2 on my list because what's cool about it is you see like the training. You see Obi-Wan's training in Anakin, and they do that by the mirrored choreographed moves that they do with their lightsabers, which is super fucking cool. So it's always been high on my list. Number 2 on this list, though, is Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul. And this is where I disagree, because that's always been number 1 on my list. Number 1 on this Goliath.com list is the classic Empire Strikes Back Luke versus Darth Vader. And I would reverse those, to be honest. But fuck, I'm seriously gonna go watch some more Star Wars shit and just nerd out all day. I hope you all have a good day. Like I said, may the Force be with you, because it should be with us all, especially in times like these. Go out there and use your brains for good, because every day is a good day to ripen up that coconut. And keep your stick on the ice.